That is an awful picture. I can't draw.
I literally have no idea.
Hey, are you in a different place?
I'm in a different room. Yeah,
Right. I thought you were like back in the city.
No, I don't walk around from room to room.
And you trimmed the beard.
I've trimmed the beard very badly.
No, it looks pretty good.
I might have to give it another go.
So just give me a little update on what's been going on like this month.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, lots of exciting stuff, both on the charged up side and obviously the cleaned up side, which is what we've been spending a lot of our time on. But no, really exciting news on the charged up side for the Netherlands market. We've been working on a deal with a very large telco out there to sponsor the entire network. And last week we received the kind of first draft of the contract through for a 3-year deal over there. Provides free charge to every customer on their network. It's just one of those great partnerships where everyone benefits. Yeah, and then on the cleaned up front, and actually expanding the sales team, which has been really exciting. So we haven't actually been furloughing anyone. We've been actually expanding the team, which is quite unusual during this time. And everyone is working super hard night and day to get these stations into as many places as possible. We've sold over 1,000 units. 400 of them have already gone out a couple of weeks back, and then another 1,000 on top are being manufactured right now for some quite big major clients, massive hotel groups, big coffee chains, some of the largest transport providers. They want to protect their staff and protect their customers. So Charged Up in general is in a much better position than actually it was before the lockdown. So we've actually managed to move forward. And also a lot of these companies are very interested in our phone charging technology that we're then going to provide to them at a later date. So it's been an incredible journey so far, and it's only getting busier and busier. I think over the weekend we received 200-300 emails. We're also working on some really exciting kind of charitable opportunities as well, getting stations into much needed care homes and places where potentially they're going to lack the PPE that they can get hold of, and actually we're going to be providing it for the cheapest price to them. Because we understand in care homes that's where it's needed most at the moment, so we're always trying to make sure we can provide it where it's needed most. Marcus has set up the challenge for this week, which is Pictionary. You're playing individually, I believe, but it is for your team's score. I have never played this thing before. Marcus has just set this up and given us all viruses.
Oh, it's obvious.
Oh, yes.
What is it? I literally have no idea.
That is an awful picture.
James, that was terrible.
Oh. Charged up! Marta, you're up.
Yeah.
Potato.
I can't draw.
Really?
Has everyone had enough, or do you want to go for one more round?
I've had enough.
Sammy, you're losing too badly.
You know, everything moves so fast, and opportunities arise out of nowhere and come very quickly. But one of those, which isn't the case, is dealing with the rail industry. I think people don't necessarily anticipate how difficult and challenging it can be to get things done in the rail industry. I thought airports were going to be more challenging, but actually it turns out not to be the case. And so therefore, everything that goes into a train station has to go through quite a rigorous process of evaluation from the DfT and the British Transport Police. And so thankfully, you know, our large, medium, single-sided, double-hand pump units, you know, have been okayed by the DfT and the BTP. Essentially, that now means that our product is suitable to go into that environment, which obviously opens up a massive door to our product to get in the hands of the consumer on a wide basis, which is great. And so now the next challenge is getting the transport operating companies on board and having our units in place at stations so consumers can use them.
All right, let's get started. Well, thank you so much both for choosing to join us for the Funded Founders section of today's Funded Summit. Hugo Tilmuth is also joining us today. He is the CEO of Charged Up and most recently formed Clean Up. Your kind of experience into starting Charged Up, and more specifically, I think what I'm really interested to hear about from you is how you've pivoted and adapted recently in light of the coronavirus epidemic. when Peter and I caught up yesterday, he was like, that is a pivot and a change if ever I have seen one. So it would be great if you could share a little bit about Charged Up and now what you're doing with Cleaned Up.
Obviously, about a month ago, we started seeing our venues shut down. You know, we're very, very exposed to the kind of places that people like to go and congregate. And obviously, those places are not ideal if you're trying to prevent the spread of corona. We started thinking how we would be able to either repurpose our network or repurpose the skills within the team in order to do something, you know, not only good, but also to kind of keep the team motivated and actually keep developing the business and growing our sales relationships. It very quickly transpired that there was going to be a need for hand sanitization. And we happened to have 150 charged up stations ready to go out to transportation hubs, airports, shopping centres up and down the UK, and a British manufacturer ready to be able to repurpose those for us to be able to make them into hand sanitizer stations. We sold out of those first 150 within about 3 days and thought, you know, this actually is quite an interesting thing here. Why don't we see if we can kind of lean on it and see how far this can take us? As you can imagine, you know, the need for phone charging when you're out and about becomes significantly less when everyone is stuck in their homes. We've been focusing on helping venues get back to normality and provide their customers with a level of safety and a feeling of safety when they're in those venues, so that when things start to go back to normal, they can reopen and keep those customers safe.
Charlie spoke with the Telegraph last week, I believe. Essentially, their article was all about how we are a chameleon of a startup, being able to change our colours, shift from having one completely different business model to overnight flipping the switch and putting our hardware expertise into something which is going to be much more valuable to consumers and to business. You know, those sorts of articles really enable us to get directly into the hands of not only consumers who are then going to be looking out for our products out in public, but also to some key decision makers who are probably likely to read those articles as well. And it just shows the great success we've had, that we're getting national recognition for the project, not only from consumers directly and clients who we deal with on a daily basis, but also the media as well. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to say we're like the best project that's ongoing in the COVID crisis right now, but essentially that's what the national media are saying. And our
Not my words, just the country's words.
I'm just getting ready to go for my run shortly as well to clock up another few kilometers for our ongoing running. So
I thought it was such a fun contest. We actually continue to do it, but on an individual basis. So for all of you guys watching, last week we did an exercise challenge where the team with the most kilometers accumulated together win, and we won with like so much. Second place was like 20 kilometers. We had 163, so we did really good on that one. We sucked at the quiz, but this was our thing for sure.
Exactly, and it's better to be healthy than intelligent.
Boom.